Sha Tin Sunday 2 Group 2's coming up. Paul Lally here with all of the selections on the race-by-race preview. And the first and earlier start time of 12:45 with a race coming in from Japan as part of a simulcast. The first over the 2,000 metres, a Class 4. Joyful Prosperity is a two-time course and distance winner. Both Volcanic Spark and Serangoon step up in trip. Mission Strikers placed 2 from 3. Better run from Ace War last time. We've got Rosewood Fleetfoot with the cheek pieces off, the blinkers on. Good, blinkers off. Visor first time and Youth Power. Cheek pieces removed, blinkers have been re-added. It's good leading here, Paul.
Yeah, he's drawn 9, so he might have to work a little bit to get across, but I think that'll be what he'll be trying to do. Gale Saga can go forward from barrier 3. 5 foot, another one he likes to go across as well. Youth Power, Mighty Strength's up and trip, so he should get a nice run. Ace War did lead once, but they said they didn't want to lead with him again, so he'll be happy enough to take a bit of cover there as well. Management Folks gets back. Serangoon always gets back. And Mission Strike might have to go back as well. He likes to go back as well.
Mighty Strength, as you set up in trip, all of his racing has been to 1,600 metres, and the way he has been finishing, Paul, he's been running on at the end. Is the 2,000 metres ideal? Looks
that way, doesn't it? The way he finishes off his races by time test, this horse got out into the clear here, and the way he really stretched out nicely. He's running down the outside here with Gold Master, who's been in really good form on his outside in those pink colours, and they finished off well here together. Mr. Dapper was the winner of this race. He's run a good race since. So look, a nice run from Mighty Strength. 2,000 looks absolutely ideal for him.
We've got 7 coming out of this replay into the first race on Sunday, and Casa Papa won a cheeky race for a horse that's only won 1 from 30-something starts. But which horses, if any, are you taking out of this race?
Got a couple here. Ace War. Now, he did win over 2,000 metres in the UK before he got here, so the distance looks good for him, and this is the best run we've seen from him. So stepping up from this distance up to 2,000 looks good. And Volcanic Spark as well. Another one that he does look a bit one-paced at times, but has one off a 54 rating. At least he's a 2-time winner here in Hong Kong, is Volcanic Spark. So I can see both Ace War and Volcanic Spark finishing off. And it'll be Zach Purdon's first ride back on Volcanic Spark as well.
It will indeed. It returns from injury on Sunday, does. Zach off to Happy Valley. And Mission Strike has had the 3 starts, one of them at Sha Tin over 1,400 metres, but he has appreciated the step up to longer trips at Happy Valley.
Yeah, you can't say he doesn't like Sha Tin, because that's 1,400, this is 2,000, so there's a big difference as far as the distance has gone. But both his runs at Happy Valley have been better than that original Sha Tin run. So that's just a little query, but the distance looks good for him.
All right. Does he figure somewhere in your top 4?
He does. But I am going to go with Mighty Strength. He's a horse who is proven at Sha Tin, so he's on top to beat Volcanic Spark and Mission Strike. And Ace War, I think he's an improver. 4, 2, 5, 6.
And the gates open 12:45 for the first of 10 at Sha Tin on Sunday. Race number 2 isn't massive on numbers, but it's big on quality. It's a Class 2 and it's over the 1,200 metres. Fast Network comes up in grade after winning last time. Bottom Up Together has never missed top 3 course and distance. Midwinter Wind comes back in trip. Harmony and Blessed is a 2-time course and distance winner. And Stellar Express at this stage, his best form has been over 1,000 metres. There's a bit of pace in this race, Paul.
Yeah, look, Bottom Up Together likes to lead. Harmony and Blessed likes to lead. Wiz can go forward. Superb Capitalist led last start. Fast Network has been getting back with Stellar Express and Midwinter Wind back in trip.
And here is the trainer of Midwinter Wind. It's Mark Newnham. Mark, 6 weeks between races for Midwinter Wind. Was that just to get over the mile start last time?
Yeah, and look, he had a busy time in his first couple of runs. With the thought of maybe joining the 4-year-old series, so he had to go 1,200 straight to 16 in a short period of time. And when it became apparent that he wasn't going to stay, plan was to just freshen him up and bring him back to 1,200.
That's what's happening this week. So the 1,200's the better fit. That win over 1,200 metres first up was one of the wins of the season.
Yeah, it was pretty dynamic. And he went in there in good order and nice and fresh. And that's how I've tried to replicate that going into Sunday. He's had one easy trial and his work's been good.
Small field for a horse like him. Good thing or a bad thing? There does look to be a bit of pace in the race, though.
Yeah, look, I think it'll help him. Actually, it gives him less traffic up front. He'll probably settle in the last couple looking at the race, but there does look to be enough pressure up front to, give him a chance to relax and use his good turn of foot.
My Wish, massive in the Derby. How's he come through the run?
He's come through it really well, actually, and that's one thing, through his last few runs. He's actually, mentally, he's got stronger. He parades a lot better on race day, and he's getting to the start, conserving a lot more energy, and that's telling in his performances. So, plan at this stage is to, give serious thought to running in the Champions Mile, which we've got enough time now, and look, the time frame will be, something that he likes, 4 to 5 weeks between runs, and, a quiet trial in the middle.
There is Mark Newnham there. Paul, we move on to Fast Network, who was a pretty dominant winner last time. It was down in grade. Hugh Bowman rides for Dennis Ship. He's had a pretty good trial up at Chung Fa under a good hole, running second behind Romantic Sun, who has a 1 next to his name also.
I think this is the right distance for this horse, 1,200 metres. He's got a very good turn of foot. Look, he, as you say, he did win this quite effortlessly as well. He was a late entry into this race. Glory Elite's a hard horse to get past at times, but he managed to really stretch out and win this. So I think he's one of the main chances.
It was hands and heels too from him. Bottom Up Together, is he the other main chance in the race? Is a trial between runs, and he wins this. We'll see horsepower later on in the program over the 1,000.
Yeah, look, he's another horse. He led all the way in this trial, did Bottom Up Together, as another Zach Purden mount. He did win 2 starts ago at Happy Valley, over 1,000. The 1,200 has shown no fears for him as well. He's had 4 goes for a win and 3 placings. So you're right, he is the main danger, I think.
So there it is, a breakdown for the second. Who wins?
Easy as 1, 2, 3, I think, Mark. We're going to go that way anyway with Fast Network to beat Bottom Up Together and Midwin to win. It drops away after that. I'm going to give Stellar Express another chance coming back to Happy Valley, but he has been a little bit out of form recently. I think it's amongst those top 3. 1, 2, 3, 7.
As easy as that for Paul in race number 2 at Sha Tin on Sunday. This is an interesting race, the third. It's a Class 4. It's over 1,200 metres, but there's some promising types in this. We've got Yuchung Victory on the class drop at the top. Sea Emerald, very good on debut. Shadow Roll Off, Cheek Pieces, first time. Jubilant Winner has had a freshen up, comes back from the 14 to the 1,200. Kaying Glory's a half relation to Kaying Rising. Runjeet's on debut. Jumbo Treasure wears Cheek Pieces for the first time. And Loving Vibes has run second at his last 2 starts. The leader here, Paul, is the big horse.
He trialled so strongly, this horse. I think they'll go straight to the front with Kaying Glory. Loving Vibes should get that lovely run in behind from a low draw. Barrier number 1 for him. Sea Emerald was on the pace on his debut. Robot Knight likes to go forward, mainly on the all-weather. Victor the Rapid, Jubilant Winner, is coming into it in a fresh state. Jumbo Treasure's run quite creditably in both the starts, but again, with a wide draw, he might have to go back.
And Karis Teaton is our man for the third, talking Loving Vibes. Karis, Loving Vibes racing really well. That win surely can't be too far away, can it?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. He's been running really well, this horse. I feel he's getting better after each run. It's just going to be one of these days when he gets into the winner's enclosure.
You've got a good draw this week too, and he's shown some versatility in the past.
Yeah, he can race from anywhere you want him to, as long as he's comfortable in his run. But the main point is, I feel like he's definitely mentally and physically definitely better now than 4 runs before. So I think from that draw, it will give him a really good chance to be in a good spot. Yeah.
You galloped him Thursday. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, that was good. He's holding his form pretty well. He's been very consistently. So looking forward to riding him.
You've trialled a horse in the race that's having its first start for David Hayes, another Kaying Glory, half relation to Kaying Rising.
Yeah, I think I've tried it three or 2 times. He's a lovely horse, totally different to Kaying Rising, but still has shown a lot in the trial. So he's going to be an interesting horse. as you can see, Zach's on it. So he's one of the horses that I'm going to have to keep my eye on.
That is Karras talking about his ride and Kayin Glory, Paul, which means we only need to see one, and that is Sea Emerald. And Akash Farney wins the race. They were both on debut, and he chased hard, Sea Emerald.
They did, but they both walked. They walked this race. It was really slow sectionals leading into it, and it was just a sprint home. So I think he was slightly flattered by this, the front two horses. We'll see what happens out of the format of this race. But look, he'll go in the numbers because it's not a strong race, this one. The cheek pieces will come on for the first time, and he has drawn a barrier number 3. He drew 11 here, but they both got to the front. And you can see all these horses now starting to get in the race, but it was way too late.
All right, interesting fact there about the speed of that race with Sea Emerald. But the first of the Kayings, the little brother, half-brother, get the ball rolling early?
Could be a good afternoon for the dam there, Missy Moo, with 2 of her sons running around. So he'll go on top, Kayin Glory. Loving Vibes will get that perfect run. Jubilant winner, he comes in a reasonably fresh state. 1200 looks good for him, and Sea Emerald just there on a minor line. 7-12-6-3.
Purton and Hayes to win with a Kaying in race number 3. That's Glory before we even get to Rising later on. The second paddock of the Plantation Handicap is race number 4, and it's a Class 4 over the 1200 metres. Top Peak has had excuses all 3 runs back. Skycap's on the class drop. Tactical Commands won his last 2. With a Smile's been back to the trials at Happy Valley since his last start. Little Paradise has had 4 trials. Truly Fluke, he's had 5. Winning Machine has had 4, all of them making their race debuts. And Bienvenue has placed 2 of his last 3. So a number of first starters here, Paul, and one of them leads.
Yeah, and the other one goes forward too. So the pace is drawn wide in this race. That's both Little Paradise and Winning Machine. They're the ones that do like to lead. Top Peak, he likes to go forward, and he's got this better draw, barrier 1. He drew 14 and 13 at his last 2. Skycap, with a Smile, should get himself into a good position. Do Your Part was slightly more forward last time, and then the rest will go back.
Tactical Command shooting for 3 in a row. His last 2 wins have been across at Happy Valley. He comes to Sha Tin, where he has 1 course and distance, so there's no concern with the change in track, but he does have a wider draw and more weight. Yeah,
he does, and he's got barrier 11 as well, so he does get back, does the horse. He's starting to win in Class 4. I mean, he got down into Class 5, but he's now winning in Class 4, but he's getting to the top of Class 4 now.
Dashing Pal had done not much at the trials. They'd been pretty ordinary. Came to race day as a huge price and runs on here behind Ballistic Win.
Yeah, well over 100 to 1 for this one. I think he'll need further in time, this horse. Praseer horse out of a Pins mare. He's drawn 8, so he'll probably go back once again. He didn't go around a horse. He was right there on the inside in those blue colours, and you can see him. He wasn't far away at the end either. So, look, I'm happy just to watch him over here, but I think there's ability there. So once he gets up and trip, I'll be more interested.
Definitely one for the future, if not on Sunday. Some trials we start with a Smile. This is the Happy Valley trial. That's Kayin Glory in front of him, turning for home. Trained by Chris So. He's had 2 starts, beaten a length and a half, and then beaten 3/4 at his second go.
It's quite a good trial here, so I wonder if they will let him race at Happy Valley at some stage. Both his runs so far have been at Sha Tin, and the 4th behind Cross Border Pegasus, who will start favourite later in the card, was quite good, and he's drawn 4, so look, he's definitely a chance.
It's a good report for him too. And the next trial is Little Paradise, who has a wide draw, Luke, for RS Rides for Jimmy Ting, but he's shown plenty in these trials.
He has, and he's an aggressive rider, Luke, so I think he can get this horse straight to the front. He's won 2 trials, and the other one he won was on grass as well, so don't be fooled because he won this one on the all-weather. But he was impressive on the all-weather. He did run away. Barrier 13 on paper looks a little bit tricky, but with no pace in the race, if he can get across to the rail, which I think he can, then I think he could give this field a bit of a shake. Fresh up.
He's streeted them in that trial, so you're going to take a chance on him?
Yeah, we will. We'll take a chance on him, and hopefully he can get to the front. Little Paradise. So he's on top to beat Bienvenue, who's been very consistent lately. Happy for All caught the eye finishing off strongly last time, but has drawn wide. We'll put the other first starter in as well, Winning Machine, because some of his trials haven't been too bad. He's another one that can go forward from a wide draw. So down the bottom for me, 8, 12, 14, 10.
And that is race number 4, the first leg of Sunday's Triple Trio. Race number 5 is the first of the Group 2s. It is the Chairman's Trophy. We run 1,600 metres. Beauty Eternal and Beauty Joy headline the field. Galaxy Patch comes back from the 2,000 to the 1,600. Cheng Cheng Glory, his favourite trip here. Ensued's never raced over a mile. Redline, all of his wins have been 1,400 metres. Moments in Time's best form is at Happy Valley. And Sunlight Power is a winner 2 from 4 course and distance. It's Beauty Eternal leading, Paul.
Well, look, he used to lead all the time. He won his Group 1 leading all the way. There's no real strong leader in this race, and he's drawn 4. He has been out a little bit out of form recently, so I just wonder if they'll go back to leading with him. If not, I thought Cheng Cheng Glory is another possible leader. Moments in Time, last time he led was last season over 2,400, so I can't see him leading, and none of the others are leaders. So that's why I just wonder if they'll try and dictate the pace for Beauty Eternal.
It's Karis Teaton first up, talking Ensued. First of the Group 2s, your partner with Ensued once again, a horse you've had group success on in the past.
Yeah, he's gonna be an interesting runner over the mile. You know, he's been running really well this season. He's done nothing wrong. I thought his last performance was great. Finished off really good behind Bubble. Looking forward to running him.
Such an open race, this one too. Back to 1,600 metres. Might you vary the tactics with him, or you just wait to talk to John?
Yeah, of course we'll have a chat with Mr. Size maybe tomorrow or so. But you know, of course it will be his first time running over the mile, so it's gonna be interesting how he handle it. But he's a tough horse, you know. Whatever you throw at him, he can respond. So he's always out there trying his best. Like you say, it's an open race, so if he gets a bit of luck from that run, I think he's gonna be finishing off pretty strongly.
He's had 2 trials between starts. Were you happy with them?
Yeah, his trial was good. He's taken all of them pretty well. He felt great. He's in good shape. I'm actually pretty confident that he's going to run a great race.
And that is Karis on Ensued. Paul, here's your old favourite Cheng Cheng Glory. There he is, just tracking the pace. Sword Point leads here. We'll see him on the dirt in Dubai next weekend. But will we see Cheng Cheng Glory winning this?
I think we will. Look, he'll sit there or he can lead. And either way, he can sort of dictate the pace. And as such, look, I think he'll get first run on a lot of these horses. He's a Group 2 winner, so he's been there, done that. He's bought the T-shirt. Francis Loy's stable's in really good form at the moment. And he just fights. He's such a horse that, you know, you'd love to own one like him because he just fights all the way and tries hard. And this was a good win from him.
He was holding them comfortably at the line there in the Centenary Vase. Beauty Eternal, he runs 4th here. Red Lion 5th. He's looking to win his first time over 1,600 metres. He has placed at the trip though. Yeah,
this is over 1,400, so he's coming back up to the 1,600 is Beauty Eternal. Didn't get much luck. He has been a bit unlucky in some of his earlier runs in particular. He was crowded here. That's why I just wondered if I thought they'd lead with him because it'll take sort of bad luck out of the equation. But as you can see, he finished off nice enough, finished 4th in this race. So, look, I think he's one of the main players.
That is Beauty Eternal. And finally, Sunlight Power adds some intrigue to this race and earns his shot at group racing, looking to win his first start in Group 2.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he's got an entry later on for the QE2 Cup as well. So he'd want to be winning this if he's like to be a serious contender there. A good run once again. He's got, I was going to say Voyage Bubble for a second. That would have been good. No, it's Voyage Samurai there and runs past him easy enough. How much the track helped him, we're not sure. But he has done a lot of things on good tracks as well, but he's still a little bit green. Still does a few things wrong.
He does need everything to go his way, but is he good enough to run in the money here?
He is. He definitely is. He's definitely got the raw ability. Just needs to put it all together. But I thought Cheng Cheng Glory, he's bulletproof. He's going to be right there, and this is his right course and distance. So he's on top to beat Sunlight Power. Galaxy Patch has been a little bit flat recently, so he'll need to bounce back. And Beauty Eternal, 4-12-3-1.
That is the 5th, the first of the Group 2s, the Chairman's Trophy. We're We're on to race number 6, the race between the two Group 2s, and this is a Class 3 over the 1,000 horsepower's unbeaten in 2 starts. Packing Bowl switches to the turf and comes back in trip. Super Fortune, a 2-time course and distance winner. La Forza resumed with a win in Class 4. Marvel and Gold and Star Performer both on debut in Hong Kong. Shadow Roll and Tongue Tie re-added to him. Some speedsters in this race, Paul.
Yeah, there are. Like La Forza, with the blinkers going on last time, led easily, but he has to come across. Flying Ting Lock, he led in his debut run before he dropped out. Packing Bowl, now he leads every time on the all-weather, but doesn't really lead on the turf. So I don't think he'll lead this one. Super Fortune likes to go forward. Circuit Jolly's another possible leader because he can go forward as well. Then Aurora Patch, fast responder. Horsepower from the inside draw. He came from last time.
And here it is, Horsepower. This was some victories. First was over 1,200 metres and he absolutely scorched home Super Fortune. Normal, consistent run from him. And Aurora Patch, who was green lamp but started big odds, and improved performance from him too.
Yeah, better run from him for sure. Look, he's a nice Horsepower. He did win it fresh up at Happy Valley. Then they brought him back here. They brought him here to Sha Tin, and this was another strong win. And he won with a bit in hand as well. He looks like one of the main players in the race. The little query, I suppose, is 135. He's way up in weight for this strong win. He carried 131 here, so he's up 4 pounds for that win.
Super Fortune, Aurora Patch got through on the inside and then he just cleared traffic, Horsepower, and blasted them. La Forza was very impressive first up too. Here he is on the outside rail. He'd raced in Griffins prior to this. This is his first run since leaving Griffin Company, and he couldn't be more impressive.
Seems to have improved a lot from Griffin grade. They had blinkers on for the first time here, and that really seemed to work. He was down the outside rail here. He's drawn 9 now, so he won't. He might with the other horse in that Flying Ting Lock. He might not be able to get to the rail, but I thought he won with plenty in hand here. He's had a quiet trial up at Chung Fa, but they didn't wear the blinkers there, so it was only a very quiet one, so I wouldn't read too much into that trial.
Okay, important to note that with La Forza, hands and heels win on the turf, as we just saw. Aurora Patch has been back to the trials since we saw him in that previous replay, and led all of the way in this trial. Can he replicate what he did last time down the straight?
Well, look, there was money suggest he could at a big price, and it was a good run from him. There's no question. The trial wasn't too bad. Just niggled a little bit towards the end of this trial with him. But look, he's definitely a chance coming into the race on the back of his last start.
Musco and he's outside, who was smashed in betting on Wednesday night. Star Performer making his debut. He went over the 1,000 metres at Kenilworth when trained by Vaughan Marshall. He's now with Mark Newnham, Luke Ferraris rides, and he's had 5 trials.
He has. Look, I'd like to see, I want to see him before in this race, because I think he's found a hard race to make his debut here in Hong Kong. He's got that South African form. We saw Midwinter Wind come with a similar sort of profile, and they'll be trying to replicate that with him, same trainer. The trial was okay, but I'm happy to watch him.
So watch on Star Performer after his trials, ahead of his debut. Who are we not waiting for?
Well, it's La Forza versus Horsepower, I think, for me, between these two. I went La Forza with the blinkers on. Yeah, I thought he might get... And at the weights, he's basically 123 versus 135. So 5 to beat 1. Circuit Jolly, he comes back here down the straight. He's been consistent. And Super Fortune, you know what you get with him. 5, 1, 11 and 4.
A La Forza for Paul to remain unbeaten, this time in and win race number 6. Second Group 2 is the Sprint Cup over the 1,200 metres, and Ka Ying Rising is at the top of the book. He's won 10 times over the 1,200 and holds the track record. California Spangle looking to bounce back to form. Helios Express just has Ka Ying Rising in front of him every time this start. I'll try and beat him this week though from barrier 1. Lucky with You's won his last 2. Co-partner Prance and Gorgeous win down the bottom of the book for the 7th. Who have you got leading here, Paul?
Well, it depends how they jump, because California Spangle, if he shows his really good pace that we've seen in the past, he can get across. If not, Ka Ying Rising can lead. They're both drawn the outside 6 and 7, so they might be flicked around in positions, but I think they'll be 1-2. Co-partner Prance will be just in behind. Magic Control's been taking a sit recently. Helios Express gets back, and the other 2 as well. So the 1 and 2 might be flicked around, but I think the others will be in those positions.
All right, we start with Kaying Rising winning last time over the 1400 metres in the Queen's Silver Jubilee. California Spangle fades for 6th, and poor old Helios Express, he's on first name basis with every hair in Kaying Rising's tail.
Yeah, he is. I think this is the obvious quinella forecast again, isn't it, with Kaying Rising and Helios Express. Look, Kaying Rising's definitely had the wood on Helios Express. Poor old Helios Express has run into one of the best sprinters in the world, unfortunately for him. But as such, I can't see him overturning it in this.
As he runs 200 metres less this week and holds the track record, of course, at 1200 metres. California Spangle and Helios Express, they've been back to the trial since that race. He's been trialling, well, California Spangle right throughout the season, but just can't do it on race day at the moment.
No, look, I think he jumped well in this race and got to the front. This is what I think they'll be trying to do with him. We'll be getting to the front once again, then trying to dictate the pace. That's how he runs his best races. That's what they'll be trying to do. The trial was good, as you say. Race day's a lot different. Helios Express was nice and quiet, did what he had to do. So, look, it was a good. There's nothing wrong with the trial.
On we go to some more race day form now. Lucky with You's bounced back to form, but he has been down in Class 1 to do it. But he's a horse that's won 7 times over the 1200 metres and does come up with the confidence again.
In really good form, isn't he? Winning his last 2 starts by Artie Schiller. He's an 8-time winner from his 34 starts, so he's been a really good servant here in Hong Kong, as Lucky with You. And you can see this good turn of foot that he showed once again. Look, I can see him running into the placings, no question. Can I see him bidding Kaying Rising? No, but I think he could easily run 2nd or 3rd.
Okay, Partner Prance staying on for 2nd there. He's done a good job too, even though most of his 1200 wins at Happy Valley. He's raced well at Sha Tin. Gorgeous win into the race too. He's having his first look in group company. Andrea Atzani and Danny Shum combined with him. Where did you assess his chances at?
Well, he's picked a nice one, first time in group company with the likes of Kaying Rising and Helios Express. Look, I'm happy to watch him. I think this could be a step too far from him. He's off a 96 rating, and he's got to meet Kaying Rising at 125 rating with only £5 difference. So, look, he's a nice horse. There's no question, gorgeous win, but this looks a step too far for him.
All right, we'll wait for something easier for him. It's the obvious one here.
It looks that way, doesn't it? 134 or 143, 134 I went, which is Kaying Rising, Helios Express, Lucky with You. I think those 3 stand out. And then California Spangle, 1342.
Start time for the Sprint Cup race 7 is 4:15. And race number 8 now. This is how this race shapes up. It is a 1400 metre Class 4 event. And at the top of the book, Capital Legends on the class drop. And Jude has the blinkers off, the visor going on. Max Q wide draw, but he's racing well. Virtuous Phantom on debut, wears blinkers on the back of 4 trials. Wider draw California Blitz. Bling Bling Genius has the cheek pieces and the cross nose band off. The auspicious last start winner extra £6 and only you. Blinkers off, cheek pieces once again. Paul, he was flying along in front in a trial. He was you. That was on the all-weather. Switches to the turf here. Yeah,
I think he'll go forward as well. He was you. So look, he could possibly lead this race. But I thought California Blitz was the other one that can come across. It was up to 1400 metres from his last start. So either one of those 2 looked the leader for me. California Legend from a low draw. And Jude should be able to get into a better position there. Wrote a new page midfield. Back to Max Q. He might have to go back once again from barrier 14.
And now to Declan McDonough on the first starter, Virtuous Phantom. Declan, newcomer to Hong Kong racing, Virtuous Phantom, but you have ridden him in some work. What was your opinion?
Yeah, I thought he moved very well. Seems in good order. He looked to trial nicely in Chung Fa. He looks like a horse that probably wants this trip and maybe get a little bit further in time. So hopefully he can build on that.
Is he a fairly laid-back customer, because those trials he has been ridden out at the end, but at the same time was going the right way?
Yeah, he finished out nicely. He looked to jump a little bit awkwardly, so he'll need to jump a little bit better on Sunday, and hopefully he'll run a good race.
On yourself, you enjoying Hong Kong?
Yeah, it's been an amazing experience. Met a lot of good people and some good connections, and hopefully, if the club could have me back, it'd be great,
There he is, Declan McDonough talking Virtuous Phantom. Paul, we'll move on to South Star, who runs 2nd here. California Blitz runs 5th. Pretty strong field, this one. Sky Jewellery was the winner. He's come out and run a very close second, following this to the impressive Honglok Golf.
He did, and if he'd gone straight, he might have even won that race. So I like California Blitz. He was 145 to 1 in this, so hopefully he'll be an each-way price. We'll make him the long shot for the meeting. The other horse coming out of this race will go in as well, South Star. That was a good run from him. He has to go out to barrier number 10, though. He did draw barrier 2 here, so he had all the favours. But the horse in the yellow and red, he just kept fighting all the way to the line, and this was his first start over 1,400 metres and was just pipped for 4th. So at a big price, I'm happy to go with him.
And there you go, there's your shout for California Blitz. Max Q runs second here. He comes from last, Happy Universe 6th. Max Q's drawn 14, but if he can get some luck from out there, he's run home really strongly in this race.
Yeah, this is the main danger. It's just barrier 14 that put me off a little bit. If he'd drawn lower, he would have gone on top, Max Q, because he's been building up to this this run. This was a good second behind Carry On Smiling. It was a big price, Carry On Smiling, when he won, but you can see Max Q wasn't too far away at all. So with that second here under his belt, bit of confidence for this horse. So he looks one of the main chances.
This horse was one of the, if not the longest priced winner of the season. He'd be close to it, the Auspicious. It was some win. He's come from last, turning for home, but better than 100 to 1. Would you want to see something similar again?
Yeah, look, when these horses win at these massive prices, I think Bride Inheritance was an example, wasn't it? That you just want to see them do it again. So look, it was a strong enough win from him, to be fair. But can he do it again? He got it into the middle of the track and he really stretched out and won. Barrier 7, Keith Young will stick with the horse, as you can imagine. But look, I just want to see him do it again.
That is the long-priced winner, the Auspicious. Trial from Endued. Bit unfair saying he's none from 6 because, gee, there's been some bad luck through those short career stats so far. Yeah,
blinkers off and the visor will go on him for the first time. Nice trial from him. Barrier number 5 by deep field. So the progeny do go well on this surface. I wonder if we'll see him racing on it at some stage as well. He's been racing it exclusively at Happy Valley and Sha Tin. Comes back to Happy Valley now after a couple of Sha Tin runs. So he does look well placed here and the trial was good. So he'll go in the numbers for me.
He's in the top 4, but they're all chasing California Blitz.
At a price, yep. Hopefully we get a price about California Blitz. So he's on top to beat Max Q and Jude and South Star, 8-5-2-3.
Race 8, number 8 for Paul, as the each-way play in the first leg of the late treble. Race number 9, this is a good field, this one. It is a Class 3 and it's over 1,200 metres. Packing Power wears cheek pieces. Chateau Neuf, top 4, 4 out of 5. Course and Distance, Kaying Victory, cheek pieces. Cross Border Pegasus, unbeaten. He comes into Class 3 for the first time. Fortune Supernova, he makes his debut after winning over the 1,000 metres on a heavy track at Riccarton. Mojave Desert has the cheek pieces on again. Call Me Gorgeous has drawn a gate with a lightweight of 117 pounds. But we've got Cross Border Pegasus up outside the speed here, Paul.
Yeah, look, I think he can get himself into a winning position once again from barrier number 6. Packing Power is drawn 2. He should get a good run just from behind. Kaying Victory. Now, he did lead in a recent trial, Kaying Victory. He's got the cheek pieces on. Call Me Gorgeous, Chateau Neuf, Mojave Desert midfield. Sal, she goes back. And Beauty Crescent. Fortune Supernova is a debutant, but hasn't shown too much early pace.
He's in the deep end here, Fortune Supernova. Cross Border Pegasus, he debuted 2 starts ago. He won that. He's won again since. He's still a bit green, but he's just been good enough to win both of them.
He's looked good, both his wins here. I think he can go on and make it 3 in a row. The way he's been racing, by Rich Enough, this horse. Hugh Bowman will be aboard once again. He's been on board for both his 2 wins. Look, he just sort of tried to hold him up as long as possible and then went for him here, and there was an instant response. So, look, I think he can win again.
And there he is, going to the line to beat Lucky Symphony. Gets harder here, but he is 2-4-2. Next up, we have Packing Power, who runs 3rd in a recent trial. Blood in the trachea last time. He's just had a few things go against him. He's still been good enough to win half his starts.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since the end of January, Packing Power. Look, he's, as you say, he's won at Sha Tin as well. He's just a one-time winner at Sha Tin. He's won twice at Happy Valley. He's actually unbeaten at Happy Valley, Packing Power. but I think he's more than capable here. His last win was off 71. He's at the 79 rating, nice easy trial. Should get a good run in the trail. He's a big chance.
That's Ka Ying Rising winning that trial. This is Ka Ying Victory who's in this race winning this trial. Gear change with him, Matthew Poon. He leads all of the way and wins this one impressively, and he has won course and distance.
Yeah, I think he can lead this horse once again. Get straight to the front. As you say, he is a winner here. He's a 4-time winner in Hong Kong, once over this course and distance. Nice easy trial from him, won effortlessly. If he replicates this, he's going to be a big chance in the race.
Could be a big day for the Ka Yings. Glory, Rising and Victory, all good chances.
He'll come up short, the other two.
Really, what? A Ka Yingathon, but you're packing your passport and crossing the border.
Yep, cross-border Pegasus, flying across the border. He goes on top to beat Packing Power. Call Me Gorgeous has finally got a barrier draw. He's been drawn wide the last few. He's drawn barrier 1 in this. And Sunny the Best, I think he can bounce back. Zach Purton aboard him. 5-1, 10-6.
Paul with cross-border Pegasus to make it 3 starts for 3 wins by taking the 9th. The last race on Sunday, race number 10, is a Class 3 over the 1,400 metres. Sky Trust with a wider draw but consistent. Charming Legend back in trip. Superb Kid is first up. Spicy Gold comes back to Sha Tin. Storming Dragon wears a visor again. Another World's won 2 from 3 over the 1,400 metres. Without Delay is on debut. He's had 4 trials and a Sugar Ball. No cheek pieces for him. A leader here, Paul, of Charming Legend.
Yeah, look, I think he can get forward from barrier 10. He's got the pace to get there. Another World can just sit right in behind him. He's one of the favourites. Spicy Gold can go forward. Automated Storming Dragon has got a better draw. Magnificent 9 back to you and Long Elite. And Superb Kid's fresh up, but has gone back in recent races, and Without Delay, he hasn't shown too much early speed.
As we head to Mark Newnham now, talking Spicy Gold.
Mark, Spicy Gold's come such a long way mentally as a racehorse. How much work's gone into turning him around to become the horse he is today?
Plenty. And look, this little bit of a challenge again, bringing him to Sha Tin, whereas his form improved when we started running him at Happy Valley. But that did coincide with the change to having him located in Chung Fa, and I think that's been the difference. He's a lot more settled in his work, and you can even see in his work and his trials there, he hardly gets out of second gear. His trials he runs last, and had me worried at the start of the season. But once he gets here, he gets back into race mode, and that's what's helped him, is that he's not using all that nervous energy every day of the week. He's nice and relaxed in his work there, and even when he comes here now, a couple of days before racing, he's much more relaxed.
And it's Mark Newnham talking Spicy Gold. Paul, we move on to Sky Trust, who runs a 3rd last time behind Hong Lock Golf. Richard Kingscote off a treble on Wednesday night, looking to carry on his winning way in the last.
The thing that worries me about him is there's a lot of pace underneath him, and he's drawn 11. I just don't know where he's going to be in the run. I do like the horse. I've had him in quite a few times, but just from that wide draw, barrier 11, with the anticipated speed underneath him, that concerns me a bit. There's nothing wrong with the form in this race. You can see him running on here for 3rd. Obviously, that's Hong Lock Golf winning the race. So, yeah, look, I left him out for that reason. Barrier 11. If they can get him into a good position, then sure, he's going to be a good chance.
We'll leave him there then from the wide draw. Magnificent 9's pretty consistent. Just the one win, that was 2 starts ago in Class 4. Back up in grade here and ran a placing behind Armour War Eagle. So an honest run from him. Yeah, look, he's been placed 10 of his 18 starts. So it shows that he is quite a consistent horse on a place line in particular. And look, he was wide all the way in this race, and he never gave it away at all. It actually looked halfway down the straight, looked the likely winner, but couldn't quite sort of fend off Armour War Eagle, who did win the race. So, look, he's going to go in, but on a place line. And finally, a trial from Another World. This is up at Chung Fa. He runs 2nd here behind Sky Prophet. who raced on the all-weather on Wednesday night, but not asked to do too much and has a good record course and distance.
Yeah, exactly. And look, one of those wins, he shouldn't have won. He got blocked in and he still managed to win. So his last 4 runs are win, second and third. The third was over 1,600 metres behind Skyheart, so that form looks good. He now comes back to 1,400 metres, which looks absolutely ideal for him. So he's by Kermadec, so you'd think the 16 would be okay, but he seems to be running over the 14 with a bit of aplomb, so I don't mind him.
There you go. Where is he in the top 4?
He's going to be on top because I think he's going to get that perfect run in behind. Now, Zach Burton has a good day. He's going to come up pretty short, but he's on top, Another World to beat Magnificent 9. Storming Dragon's got a better draw, and New and Long Elite, another one that has shown a good turn of foot and did win 2 starts ago. 8, 5, 6, 7.
And that is Sha Tin on Sunday for a dual Group 2 race day. We're on the A+3 course and the first at 12:45.